When I was a little girl, my body started going wrong at quite a young age. The doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. And for a long time, they challenged my mum, who was a nurse at the time, that there was nothing wrong with me. For the next 12 years, I spent much of my life in hospital, in and out, in and out. Gruesome tests, intrusive tests. Lots of scary nights being rushed into hospital in the middle of the night, left alone, with no explanation as to really what was wrong with me. As you can imagine, as a child, this was very scary and has left quite a few wounds and scars psychologically. Luckily, these days, parents are allowed to stay with their children in such circumstances. But for me, it was a very different story. From the age of about 12, other things started to go wrong. And once again, this story of there's nothing wrong with you, you must be making it up. Lots of challenges with treatment, lots of really unpleasant treatment that caused more pain. And a lot of white coats telling me it's all in my head. Now, we've all got stories of difficulties with our bodies, whether it's from a sore throat to chronic pain, disability, birth abnormalities, struggle with infertility, struggle with challenges with the brain, the body, that connection, things that have been done to us, perhaps by accident, perhaps on purpose. And this all develops a very, sometimes very challenging and difficult relationship with our body. For me, what I made up in my head was that because certain parts of my body were not functioning very well, were perceived as broken, were causing me trouble and a great deal of pain, I made up in my young mind that that meant I was broken. And so as I began to grow up in a more and more challenging vehicle, I struggled more and more to have anything other than an unpleasant relationship with my body. Lots of blame, lots of shame, lots of self-denigration, lots of suppressed anger, and lots of sadness. Not being able to join in, not being able to dance anymore, not being able to do PE that I loved. And so what happened ultimately? My body became enemy number one. I didn't say nice things to my body. I would constantly berate my body. I would be very frustrated and angry with my body. But of course, I didn't have any emotional skill set then. I didn't have an understanding of the mind-body connection. And so this that I call my body was just blurred in with this that I call Kathryn. My heart, my mind, my body, all one. And I believed that I was broken and that I was unfixable, that I needed fixing. And I continued to judge myself until I came across mindful self-compassion. Now, over the past 7-8 years, I have been practicing mindful self-compassion. I have been exploring the possibilities of how I can develop a loving, kind relationship with this vehicle, the skin that I'm in, regardless of condition. And this is the key. So, my friends, I invite you to join with me for a little exercise. This is taken from the Mindful Self-Compassion course. It's an adaptation of how we treat a friend. We'll look at our language, our tone, our thinking, our actions, our bodily response. So if you'd like to grab a pen and paper, we can close our eyes and just reflect, but I find writing down our response is often very helpful. Take a nice deep breath. Just pause for a moment. Allow yourself to settle, and then I invite you in your mind's eye to imagine a dear friend, someone you love and care for who's struggling in some way. What's happening to them? Maybe they failed at something, maybe they're just really down on themselves, they're judging themselves, maybe they've made a mistake, maybe they're just feeling inadequate, a real failure. Just notice, how do you respond to your dear friend? How do you respond to them when they're struggling in this way? What do you say to them? What tone do you use? How do you comfort them? What happens with your body language? Really paint a picture in your mind, get a felt sense, the sounds, the visceral experience in your body. And then spend a moment just jotting down maybe some of the words you'd say, the actions you'd take. And I know there's probably lots more you'd like to write, but for now, pen and paper down, nice deep breath, release that scenario, closing the eyes, and in your mind's eye, once again, we're going to now consider another scenario. This time, it's not your friend that's struggling, but it's your body. Maybe it's had an accident, maybe it's not functioning in an optimal manner that you would like, maybe it's let you down or causing you pain and suffering. Really get a felt sense of this and notice, how do you respond to your body when your body is struggling, failing, behaving in a way that is inadequate, not good enough, letting you down. Notice, how do you respond to your body? What do you say to your body? What tone do you use? What happens to your response to your body? Again, get a full sense, a somatic experience of this. Paint a picture, hear the words, the sounds. It may not be comfortable, but really notice. See if you can be as honest as you can with yourself, as best you can. And then softly open your eyes and just jot down a few of those words, a few of those actions, those reactions. Okay, and another nice deep breath. Letting go of that scenario. Whew. Softly opening your eyes when you're ready. And take a look at your two responses. One to your dear friend and one to your body. Is there a difference? Now, if we were together in person and discussing this, I'm likely to hear responses such as, I would support my friend, I would listen to my friend, I would stay there with her, hold her hand, offer her support, time, energy, my full, loving, connected presence. I wouldn't judge her. I'd wait for her to speak, to release the pain in her own time. And I would say that I was right there with her. So there's this beautiful, tender tone in my voice. There's a beautiful embrace. Sometimes we offer hugs. Sometimes we create a space so that they feel safe without touch. We take this for granted that we would do this for a loved one. But now look at how you would treat your body. I know for certain this is not the response I would offer my body when it was struggling, when it wasn't performing in the manner in which I wanted it to, when it kept failing me. I would berate. My tone would be nasty, unkind, cruel even. I would be angry that I couldn't get up the stairs. I would be so frustrated that I couldn't sleep, that I was in so much pain. Why was it happening to my body? Why can't it just sort itself out and get better? And all that suppressed rage would start seeping out. I was not kind to my body, and you too may notice some of those responses. The good news is I have been truly blessed to embrace mindful self-compassion and lots of other modalities that have helped me come together, come into a place of communion with my body. Finally, yippee! Now again, this is regardless of condition. And this is the important thing. Do I still experience lots of challenges with my body? Yes. Do I wake up in pain most days? Yes. Do I go to bed hurting, struggling? Yes. But do I beat my body up now? Do I bully my body now? Do I say nasty things to my body? Am I a terrorist to my body now? And the happy answer is no. So for the past 3 years, Liz and I have been developing a program that we call Compassionate Body, making friends with your body. And I invite you to consider, if you have struggled with your body as I have, maybe it's something to do with your perception of your body, body image, maybe it's carrying too much weight and judging that, maybe it's a disability, something minor, something major, something chronic, something acute, whatever it is, we do not have to be a terrorist, a bully. We don't have to punish ourselves and our body because of this. What if we were gentle, kind, loving, supportive, compassionate because our bodies were struggling, because our body perhaps is trying to signal us? My body has been really my biggest teacher. And all of the struggle, has it been easy? No. But compassionate body and being compassionate and kind. And eventually, yes, I am truly grateful for this challenge, this body, this imperfect body. And I invite you to consider that you too could have a beautiful relationship with your body. You too could make friends with your body. We have a 6-month program starting in January that I warmly invite you to find out a little bit more about. We have a webinar coming up that you can learn more. But for now, all I invite you to do is to be as gentle and kind to this beautiful vehicle. It's the only body we have in this life. And so I wonder, can you be happy in your own skin just the way you are? I do hope so. It may take a little or a lot of practice, but I am living proof that we can befriend our body no matter what. Hope to see you soon. Remember, be kind, especially to this one here. Lots of love. Bye for now.